Today we're going to talk about a few simple techniques to win any job interview. Today with me I have my audience members and my camera lady.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for coming. Thank you. Okay. So there's some important things to keep in mind, or important guidelines to keep in mind when going to an interview. First things first, dress professionally. Dress to impress. Make sure you're there to impress the interviewer. Keep that in mind. Secondly, make sure you always make eye contact. That is highly important. Thirdly, make sure you always have some questions formulated regarding that organization, regarding the job you're applying for, so that at least when you're going to the interview, you're going with a little background information regarding the job. So when the interviewer asks you a question, such as, tell me a little bit about yourself. You know a little bit about the organization, you mix that with your skills, and you tell the interviewer to impress them instead of talking about something completely irrelevant like, my parakeet ran out of seeds. Keep that in mind, that's very important. According to Ronald Kaufman, who's a life coach and an executive author, he always says there are some things to not do. For example, when you go to an interview, never comment on the appearance of the interviewer. We just don't like that. Secondly, make sure that you're always on time. 5-10 minutes early. I always say that. I always pay attention to that as a former hiring manager myself. And lastly, never go to an interview to a new company and ask or say that you're going to change something about the company. You don't know anything about that company. What would you like to change about the company? There's another important key about doing an interview, and that is referrals. When you have a reference, someone referred you to the company, the chances are you're going to get hired. We always look for that. According to Glassdoor.com, 100% of the people who apply online never get the call back because they do not have a reference close to that job that they've applied for. Keep that in mind. Always make sure you find a reference regarding the company. Whenever you're speaking with the interviewer, have your questions ready. Ask them questions like, what is your mission statement? Or ask them questions like, walk me through a typical day at work. Or how does someone get promoted in this company? Or how can we, by these questions, you're showing enthusiasm regarding the company. Like you're showing long-term goals with the company. Always demonstrate interest. Leave a good impression. Remember that. When you say goodbye and the interview is done, when you've left a good impression or a memorable impression, when the interviewers are looking over it, they will remember you by that memory. And so let's just do a quick wrap up and look over everything again. There are some do's and the don'ts. Make sure you follow the guidelines, dress professionally, do not talk about irrelevant topics that are not really concerning the job. Okay, follow those. Always ask questions regarding the company and the job you've applied for, and leave a good, memorable impression. Good luck, guys.